Greetings and salutations and welcome to Illegitimate Legends, the show where I try and break the meta with item builds that shouldn't work with the champions I put them on. Today we're taking a look at AD Mordekaiser. And this was a hard week. I thought, this could be an alright build. Then I tried it. It works, but it's probably one of the hardest ways of playing a champion I've done in a long time. Now, there are champions I consider harder, but I've never seen a Mordekaiser play be this difficult. And so yes, be aware this is a very high skill required build, and as much as the video may attempt to prove otherwise, I struggled a lot with this and lost a lot of games. Now, AD Mordekaiser, the other important fact is that you have to farm well. It costs too much money to get this build working well to even consider not farming to the best of your ability. So I'm going to go out of my way to say that this should be a solo lane build, and you'll want some really good practice with this. Anyway, enough of this jargon, on to the main event. Why does it work? Mace of Spades. This is where I got the idea from. Mace of Spades has a 1.6 bonus AD ratio on its single target hit. Mace of Spades, as you may know, deals extra damage if you're only attacking a single person, because it's traditionally designed to hit 4 people. And so if you hit only one, you get actually better ratios on the ability and a better base damage. And as I've said, the AD ratio is 1.6. Not your full AD, although he doesn't have that much base AD, but off bonus AD it's still a lot of damage. So a single target hit with Mace of Spades can rip massive chunks off champions. Other than that, you've got 3 largely useless abilities with this build, because Mordekaiser is entirely AP ratios beyond that. Creeping Death, the swirly spiky bits you'll often see around him, that's useful for a little bit of extra survivability. It does add armor and magic resist, but mostly you can use it to farm in an AoE around you, and give yourself that little bit of extra shield when fighting in melee. Siphon of Destruction, I didn't even bother getting this. It's not that powerful a move if you don't have any AP behind it, and consequently I only ever used it to farm and when I needed that tiny little bit of extra shield. Now, I'm going to take the rest of this video to talk about one main, very important thing, and that's Mordekaiser's ult. Now, I had to do a bit of research to find out exactly how this works, but the stats are as follows. Mordekaiser gets 20% of the pet's AD and AP added onto his own. So if you get a ghost of a champion with 200 AD, Mordekaiser will pick up 40 AD on top of what he already has. Same with AP. It's exactly the same ratio, works in exactly the same way. That's not the cool bit. The cool bit is what happens to the Ghost. The Ghost is a revived version of the champion that you've applied your ultimate on before you killed them. As you may very well know, the interesting bit is that the Ghost gets 75% of Mordekaiser's ability power, attack damage, and his health added on to what they already have. For the 30 seconds the Ghost is on the field, it's the single most powerful champion in the game, because it's got all of one champion's base stats, plus most of another's. The only downside is you can't use abilities. Consequently, there are 3 things you can do with your Ghost. And there are 3 ghosts that you can get, and every time you get a ghost, or go to use your ultimate to try and get one, you want to be considering who you're getting and why. You can get a ghost for passive effects, because all passive effects will still apply with your ghost. If you find an enemy champion who's support and they've got a lot of aura items, you could get them on your side, getting all those auras to help you. In that case, you keep that ghost in the back, don't let it get in a fight because you'll lose it, and you want to be keeping the AD and AP it's giving you for yourself to help you, as well as letting its auras help your entire team. You can get an AP champion. AP champions, if you're building an AP Mordekaiser, is brilliant because it means you're adding to your own ability power. If you're building an AD Mord, it's not that useful, but it can add a little bit of oomph behind all of your abilities. If you're building an AD Mord, the best ghost you can possibly get is another damage champion, because that ghost, at one point I got a Scion, turned him into a ghost for me. Yeah, it took some effort to kill him, but he had over 500 attack damage. Earlier on I had Teemo. Teemo didn't have that much attack damage to begin with, but because with my item build I managed to pick up about 300, 400 attack damage, that Teemo was hurting like a total truck. It's really what it's all about. You get the ghost and you destroy the enemy team with it. And so, to get the ghost, it's hard, but if you got the right items, with this AD Mord build, you can take most people on in a one-on-one. The difficulty is getting a one-on-one to occur, but that's up to you to figure out. My item build is as follows. I go for Sheen first, starting with the Ability Power book, because Ability Power is where he gets most of his damage from, and so getting a little bit of that early is great, and Sheen, extra big whack on your Mace of Spades. I follow that with Berserker Greaves, because attack speed is good. You're building an AD champ. Follow that up by turning the Sheen into Trinity Force, and continuing on to get a Frozen Mallet, 2 Bloodthirsters, and finishing with a Phantom Dancer. This leaves you with a very, very powerful, hard-hitting Mordekaiser, lots of lifesteal, which is important, seeing as your abilities use your own health, and it makes your Ghost, as I've already said, the single most powerful champion in the game. That is how you build AD Mordekaiser, and don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it. Just remember, it's gonna be a fight to get started. Thank you, and good night.